What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Floor and Ceiling, where today we're going to be looking at Alabama freshman Labaron Philon and what he did last night against Illinois. Now, Philon was a 4-star recruit coming out of high school, but I have a feeling that if he declares next summer, he'll be a first-round pick. So let's just dive right into his 16 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds, and it was a really good game from him. So let's start right here where Philon, I'm pointing him out with my cursor. He is this guy right here who is going to be right in the corner. And we just see quick decision off the catch. And it's a nice finish from Philon right here. Kind of gets the ball just like already has the defense kind of tilted. Gets off the catch, finishes over length. And that's a nice move for Philon, about 6'4". So pretty encouraging there, right what you want to see. Off the rebound, great pass to the rim runner. So let's take a look at that. Once again, just go back here. Grabs the board a little bit out of area. And then here he'll just push. Look at the rim runner right here, Jaron Stevenson. No look, over the top, right for the dunk. Philon picks up Kasparas Yakutronis here over the screen. And then here it's good effort, right? Like this here, number 13, Tomislav Ivicic. He's 7'1". Philon about 6'3", 6'4". Gets the switch after the screen with Yakutronis. He'll kind of front here, make things tough for Ivicic, who's not the most physical of centers. The entry pass is a bad one, and it's a turnover for Illinois. So good defensive effort there. Philon right here on display. Kylan Boswell has the ball for Illinois, and let's just see what happens here. Right there with that tip out, right? Like a lot of the conversation will be geared towards Philon's 16 points, I should say, and his 9 assists, but he also had 7 rebounds, and I think this right here, good effort, just kind of tracking the miss, tips it to his teammate, and gets Alabama going the other way. So right here we see the kind of the end result of that after the tip out. Philon right here gets found. Another quick decision off the catch, slows down a little bit, and a nice finish over length. So let's just go back here real quick. That nice tip out for the Alabama freshman. And then as he gets the ball here, he'll just attack Will Riley's front foot off the catch, slows down a little bit versus the dig down, and finishes. Philon right here now. And he'll get the ball, step back. It's a miss, but I do like the separation, right? I like the space that he creates. The spacing as a whole, I think, for Alabama here isn't the best, but he gets a pretty decent look off. Will Riley's bigger than him, so it's a tougher contest, but I don't mind the process for Philon there. Offensive board, quick kick out, and then I just think that what I really like from Philon this season so far, and I think that we really see it in this game, is that he just plays with his head up so often. He's a reliable decision maker, and like here, the team might not necessarily be expecting an air ball, or, the shot gets, blocked or whatnot. But Philon, quick to get the ball, probably generates a 3 here, in all honesty, in the NBA, but otherwise gets it back, spot up, should hit that in the future, right? Like, I think that as of now, let me check, he's at 30.8% from 3, which needs to get better, but I do like the, the execution and the process here for Philon. I love this possession here, right? Illinois kind of bringing the ball up. 24 seconds left on the shot clock, so there's still some time. Ivicic, he's gonna make sure to get it back to Yakutronis, who's being tracked by Philon, and Philon, look at him here, he's just so pesky, annoying, gets right into the handle. He'll poke it away, and we'll see here as the clip continues. Breakaway dunk, nice and easy, two-way event creating, and leads to the score. So all in all, exactly what you want to see from Philon, who is about to get the ball right here, as we'll see. Off the screen, kind of puts Yakuchonis in jail there. So let's just go back real quick because I like, the ball security here. And I like how assertive he is, just gaining ground, gaining position. Strong side kick out. And it's a pretty good read. Creates the corner 3 here and gets the assist for Alabama. And this right here is going to be another nice pass. Philon starts here in the corner. And he's not necessarily, maybe Alabama's point guard all the time. He might be more of a combo in his freshman season. But I like all the reads that he's making. I like how he's executing them as well. Crisply, under control. And right here, perfect. Ivisic here. Grant Nelson is rolling. Will Riley just kind of trailing the play a little bit. So Philon tosses up the lob pass. And it's a nice assist again. One of his 9 for the night. It'll be another, quick read here for Philon in transition. Grant Nelson gets the stop. He'll just push, slow down a little bit. Nice change of direction. Gets fouled. And I like this here. Let me just slow it down. Go back here and slow it down real quick. But good stop from Nelson, who had a pretty good game. I still don't see him as a, even a second round prospect, but undrafted free agent for sure. Has interest there. Right there, that kind of Euro kind of gets the defense just, Yakuchonis is slipping anyways, but gets Philon to the free throw line. Defensive possession here, so Philon here starts on Will Riley. Tomislav Ivisic here, who just inbounded the ball. He'll come up here, screen for Riley, who's gonna, come up this way. Philon gets in front, stays in front, and then even though, Will Riley, he's a talented scorer, but he's not strong, kind of struggles at this moment to, get or stay rooted to his spots. So Philon does a good job here, stays in front until the last moment, offers a good contest, not an amazing contest, but does enough to put Riley off. And then here, Philon, he's going to be helping off the corner man right here. So let's just take a look as the play develops. Comes off the screen. Nothing fancy, but he'll help, and then he'll still recover and use his length to put up a good contest. So pretty much what you want to see from Philon. Active off the ball. Maybe not necessarily getting a stop, but I think he's being, pretty sturdy and pretty dependable. Let me go back a second right here, but Philon's about to move into the ball, gets it, ball screen going right, Ivisic in drop here, Will Riley as we've been seeing on Philon. I like that, the slowing down kind of makes him hard to read, and that's really nice patience combined with physicality. Right here, gets into the paint at his own pace, pivot, keeps his footwork intact, doesn't travel or anything, buries the defender into Riley a little bit, and then it's the touch on that high arced floater, and it goes in for Philon, who, as I've been saying, just had an excellent game, and we're about to once again see right here how he's going to make a quick decision in transition to, as we saw throughout the game, just create, a good look for Alabama. Feeds the ball right here. Ivisic, he's not particularly adept at, recovering to bigs who like to go out to the perimeter. So Crimson Tide get a wide open 3, which goes in. And at the NBA level, it will once again go in. This here for Philon represents a little bit, of a trickier process, I would say. Gives up the ball. Possession isn't really going anywhere, almost falls apart there. He'll get the ball here, fumble the handle right now. But still, I like how he recovers, keeps his poise. And overall, it ends up being another decent look for Alabama. Not an awesome look, but I like how Philon, still manages to make the most out of a possession that probably should have broken down a couple of times. Getting into a couple of improvements here now that we're going to see in these, I think it's the next 3 clips. But even though Philon's finished well at the rim this season, I do want to see him, just keep proving to me that he can overcome being a little bit smaller, not necessarily, an amazing athlete in terms of explosiveness. He's a solid enough athlete when it comes to quickness and stuff like that, but, he's not really going to dunk on your head. So it's things like this where, maybe from this angle, a little bit more of a below the rim finisher. I want to see how he keeps performing against the length and against the bigs in general. I don't think that Illinois, has that sturdy of a defensive front court. So as Philon gets more and more tests this season, I'm definitely going to be tracking how he does, over length, over drop coverages, things like that. Because even though, he is creative and he is shifty, I do think that from time to time he can struggle a little bit over length and size. Philon right here now, and this is going to be a defensive moment for him. So like I've been saying, had a good game offensively, of course, kind of grazing that triple-double almost, but had 3 stocks as well. And I thought that his defensive impact on this game as a whole, was pretty solid. Nothing spectacular or anything, but I think he held his own pretty well here, stays in front, makes life hard for the attacker, right? Just kind of walls off the drive here, puts up a contest without fouling, and, Alabama gets to stop. Another stop here that Philon will contribute to. Right here, Illinois, kind of ready to get into their offense. Philon just tracking the play now once he gets off the ball, ready to offer that nail help if he has to, back to his man, and then, let's see how it develops. Takes the contact, stays in front, and then right here, once the ball comes out to the corner, he'll attack off the catch. Philon already, right under the rim, and he'll make this rotation here, which I like. Stays vertical without fouling. Not the biggest, maybe in the NBA that is a make, but I like the effort, I like the rotation, and overall, I do like the spots and the motor that Philon played with in this contest. Earlier, I touched on how Philon, even though he might be a point guard at the next level, I think that right now he's still kind of playing as a combo guard, and we're going to see that right here. Nicely timed cut. And we kind of saw that floater earlier a little bit with how he finishes over length, but let's just see here. Let me just go back real quick so that I can see, or show, I should say, how Philon takes advantage of this. But right here, Will Riley, as we've been seeing on Philon, ball watching for a split second, just turns his head. Philon notices this, that Riley, lost attention for a few moments here, just moves into the space there, and as we saw, once again, nice touch to finish over length. More of a point guard read here, empty side, or they're about to go into an empty side here, Alabama is. Grant Nelson about to screen for Philon. And we see that here, gets it. Angle isn't quite there, the play isn't on, so I like the patience to reset. Goes right this time, feeds Nelson for him to attack the closeout here versus Ivisic, who again, doesn't really love these situations where he has to step out and guard a big who pops, and ends up with the 2 points for Bama. It'll be another point guard type read for Philon here, and this one, the result isn't as great, but it's again one of those things which I will be tracking throughout the season, so he slows down, kind of keeps Will Riley, in jail here, but I think the move is too slow. The help just kind of reads it all along, Philon doesn't really get out of first gear here, he doesn't switch gears either. It's too easy, the pass isn't going to get to Darion Reed, and it ends up in Illinois getting the ball back. We're getting closer to the end of the video now, and obviously the end of the game. 10-point game now, about 3 minutes left. We'll see Philon right here, you know, in the corner, just kind of ready to help. And there we see it, just active in the passing lane. And I like how here, you know, we're seeing him track this play, but at the same time, as opposed to what we saw in one of the last clips where it's Will Riley, you know, for Illinois on the defensive end, who flips his head or turns his head and kind of loses track of Philon. I think that Philon here, he sees how the play is developing, but at the same time, he kind of sees as well what Riley is up to, which in turn allows him to do this right here. Just hop into the passing lane, and he'll go right now. And as we see, float over and the nice finish. And then, just to cap things off here for Philon, who had a great night, it'll be Kasparas Yakuchonis, who misses the catch and shoot 3. This is an improvement point for him, as we've discussed, you know, in the preseason scouting report video. But what I really want you to keep an eye on is Philon here, who gets the rebound after the miss. And now, watch this rim runner right here, because Philon is going to make his life easy in transition and find him for the lob. So all in all, a great game for Philon, who finished with 16 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, 3 stocks. I think he really showed his value as a guard who can play on and off the ball, making quick decisions off the catch, moving into the ball when there's openings, competing on defense, you know, making his teammates better. And I think that if he keeps this up, Labaron Philon, by the time next summer rolls around, he should be a first-round pick. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to leave a comment telling me who else you might want to see me highlight on these, you know, tape evaluations, film room, whatever you want to call it. And if you enjoy the channel, if you want to watch more content like this, make sure to subscribe. Take care, and I'll catch you guys next time.